let's talk shoes, because who doesn't love shoes? The most important tool in a runner's toolbox, period. If you're a new runner, intermediate, stay on this video. I'm going to tell you what mistakes I made when I first started running that got me injured when it came to picking shoes, how to pick a good shoe, what shoes you need for easy long run, speed runs, and I'm going to show you my actual rotation that I'm using for my 750 miler. This way you guys can maybe have some new shoe recommendations or pick what works for you. So anybody getting into running knows that shoes is very important. Yes, they lead to injury, and I'm going to tell you why. People that have one shoe, you're overusing your shoe. When you overuse these shoes, they're not meant to last forever. There's something called a shock absorption. Over time, whether it's 200 miles, 300 miles, depending on the weight, depending on the person and your biomechanics, the shock absorption is lessened. Meaning if you're a heel striker, now you're going to have hip bursitis, hip issues. If you're a toe runner, your calves and your knees are going to come into play. The second reason is when these shoes get worn out, there's scuff marks, right? So now one shoe is leaning to one side, meaning your biomechanics are all screwed up. Your foot's not used to striking in the same position. It's using muscles it hasn't to stabilize it. That's where injuries come into play. So it's very important to have multiple shoes because it's just like putting snow tires on a car or performance tires on a race car. There's a reason for it. It helps the car and it helps you perform better when it comes to speed, easy, and tempo. So the first thing is easy run. This shoe is meant for easy runs only. You're not running a race in them, hence easy, because it's going to have a lot of cushion to them. More cushion is more weight. You're going to be able to put this shoe on and be like, wow, I'm walking on clouds. So I recommend a 10-ounce shoe, 8-ounce shoe. It all depends on the actual brand. But remember, when you put it on, have it feel like a cloud. You're not running speed in them. You're just running to absorb all of the impact, running to take in the miles and allow your body not to get injured. With that being said, I'm a little bit different. I go against the grain. My easy run shoes are not max cushioning because I can go for a 35 miler, not be sore. I'm running 130 mile weeks and I'm never sore. So I go, and this is my recommendation for my easy, is the Adidas Boston 13s. The reason I like them for easy is because they're very versatile. I can do strides in them. They feel very light, yet they're a little bit stable. And when it comes to easy, I can control my paces with them. So that's how I picked that shoe. Second is the speed runs. Even if you're a new runner, you're going to want to put in some type of speed workouts, tempo workouts, and everything like that. There's 3 shoes that I have in rotation. So for me, these shoes are still going to be a little bit max cushion. These are the Zoom Fly 6s by Nike. They're going to be great if you want to mix in it easy with the tempo. The second shoe that is my all-time favorite that I am currently using for my longer speed workouts, like 15 milers and stuff, is the Nike Vaporflies. These are about 7 ounces. You feel the road with them. They're very light. They will have you perform extremely well. The third speed shoe, because we all love track workouts, is the Streak Flies. These are 5 ounces, barely feels like you have anything on them. I will only use these for 10 by 200s or 15 by 800s, whatever I'm doing on the track. They're not meant to really last that long. They're really meant for 5Ks, but I've noticed with my performance, I get the best out of track workouts when I use that shoe. So last is your long run. You're going to want to choose something that you're comfortable in. This could be your easy run shoe if you want. This could be the Asus Nova Blast if you want to pick up some speed. For me, I go against the grain. Everybody knows my long runs are actual workouts. So with that being said, I'm not using an easy run shoe. I'm using something that's going to be comparable to race day, if not a race day shoe. So I use the Adidas V4s. They're extremely light. And then I use the Alphaflies, which they are my all-time favorite shoe. The V4s are a little bit less stable. They're less money. There's less tread on them. The Alphaflies are very stable, and they last me about 100 miles depending on where I'm racing, the terrain, and everything like that. So to wrap this video up, that is how you pick and what I recommend for easy runs, speed runs, and long runs. Depending on your goal, depending on the person, try them on and everything. But make sure that you rotate your shoes often. Have about 3-4 shoes in rotation. You will lessen the chance of you getting injured. You will be able to absorb the training, and your performance will go up. So that is why we have multiple shoes and how to pick them. So any comments, drop them. But if not, happy running. I'm out.